Hello there, my name is Louis Wieland, and for the last 30 years I've published the first multiple listing service distributed publication, Community Profiles. As often as possible, I'll get on Jeremy's schedule and try to interview Jeremy about what's going on at the first multiple listing service. Before we get into all of that, and we have a lot to talk about, including artificial intelligence, which is very much on the minds of everybody these days. But let's start off and just reminding people what your function is, Jeremy.
Absolutely, Lou. Thank you so much. It's great to be back. It's been a few months, but First Multiple Listing Service was founded in 1957. It is the oldest established MLS in the nation. We were founded by brokers to help brokers and agents transact real estate. That was our mission 66 years ago. That is still our mission today. And today we serve both residential and commercial brokers and agents, appraisers, both in the sale and in the lease and rental space. We have over 57,000 subscribers that we serve here as the fourth largest multiple listing service in the nation. We actually have brokers and agents from every state in the nation that are members of FMLS today, and we enjoy serving them. And we are really the key point of listing data entry and farming and searching for buyer and seller brokers and agents, as well as rentals and property management. And we're here to provide tools, training, technology, customer support, stores, as you mentioned, with your Community Profiles magazine and many other things that you can get at any of our FMLS stores, as well as to be the largest real estate data provider to our brokers and agents, that they can have all the access to the data they need to do their jobs on a regular basis, Lou. So we're happy to serve our community of real estate professionals and want to continue doing so for many years to come.
Jeremy, as a commercial agent, I do have listings with FMLS, and I've noticed that there are more and more commercial listings in FMLS. What can you give us just a quick sketch on that commercial and the increased number of listings, and what is your goal, and where do we stand with that?
Absolutely. That is a great question, Lou. Both residential rentals, commercial for sale, and commercial lease inventory is up. From a leasing perspective, Lou, we have 63% more new listings for lease in the commercial space in June of 2023 than we had in June of 2022. Year to date, we're up over 32% of the number of commercial leases we have compared to where we were last year. And we've got 47% more active inventory year to date on commercial leasing than we had last year. And to help commercial entities out there, we're doing more with syndication and finding more destinations to help advertise and promote your commercial leases that are residing in FMLS, that are sent out to real estate portals, broker and agent websites, commercial portals, and anything in the leasing space. So we've seen growth. We actually, Lou, since you mentioned on the residential rental side, we've seen a very similar set of activity. Residential rentals are up 33% this June compared to what we had in new listings last June. And we actually have over 100% more residential rentals available that are active right now in FMLS, over 20,000 residential rentals that are active right now in FMLS year to date, whereas last year at this time, we only had about 10,000 active residential rentals. So we're doing more to help our brokers and agents. We know that these are tough times for sale residential property, for inventory. And we know our brokers and agents are using residential rentals to help bridge the gap of their consumers that are having trouble buying, but also needing alternative revenue sources compared to the standard for sale. And we're really helping to support their needs, both residential and commercial rentals, Lou. So we hope to continue that growth, continue what we can do to help you all market your lease properties and your commercial for sale properties. and anything we can do from the community. If they have feedback, then feel free to send it our way. Jeremy at FMLS.com is the fastest way and easiest way to get me. But anything we can do to help our commercial real estate brokers and agents, we're helped to do the same as we do in the residential space.
I have also noticed in my searches that there are a lot more commercial listings outside of even the state of Georgia. We're now in, FMLS is now in Miami, Alabama, and Tennessee. Is that correct? And what kind of, how does that impacted the value of having your listings in FMLS if you're a commercial agent like myself?
Well, it's exposure through the real estate professional network, if you will, Lou. So we have done partnerships with other MLSs. As we know, a lot of companies are looking for commercial leases and they're not so tied for geography. And if you're leasing in Atlanta, you want maximum exposure. So we not only syndicate out through FMLS to public websites, we partner with many other MLSs out of the state of Georgia, such as Chattanooga, Miami, Orlando, Puerto Rico, Mobile, Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, and we have more partnerships coming about, which we'll talk about later in the show. And the goal there is to have maximum exposure of your listings to other commercial real estate brokers and agents in other markets and allow you the opportunity to see their inventory right there within FMLS as well, in case you have a buyer you might want to refer out of state to those other market areas. And we look to continue to expand that, Lou, so you get more exposure for your commercial listings when you list with FMLS.
It's very important because we are giving into a big reset market for mortgages, and as a result, there will be more and more properties available for sale at a reduced price in commercial, particularly multifamily. So I know I'm putting my listings in FMLS for that reason, because the more exposure in this changing dynamic period, the better. Anyway, that's enough for my side of the business. I know Jeremy's wanting to talk a lot about the residential, the market, and where we stand this year versus last year. Can you just kind of give us a feel for the comparison?
Absolutely, Lou. I'm going to show some statistics on the screen for all of our valuable viewers out there today with some tools we have available right here within FMLS. I'm using the Showing Time InfoSparks platform. And if we take a look at what we've seen year to date in 2023 compared to 2022 and even 2021, you can see from a dollar volume perspective, we've got about $18 billion to year to date through June. That's a 21% drop compared to the $23 billion we saw year to date through June last year. It's very near on par with what we saw in the dollar volume of 2021, slightly less, the 18 billion, slightly less than 20 billion that we have out there. And if we take a look at the number of closed sales out there, we have around 40,000 year to date this year of the number of units that have been sold, compared to 51,000 at the same time frame last year and 54,000 in 2021. Now, you might ask the question, 2021 units are much higher than 2022, but the dollar volume is higher in 2022, and that's where we saw double-digit appreciation in many of our property classes that are out there for sale. We always take a look at how quick does it take for us to turn those listings around with days on market, and you can see our median days on market went up from 7 in 2022 to 128% of 16 in 2023. So we've seen more than double the number of days on market for a listing that's for sale within FMLS, based upon the criteria in the marketplace. But we have seen appreciation continue in sales price. So average sales price is up to $450,000 for all of FMLS listings. up slightly about 1% over 2022's $446,000, if you will. And as we're looking, Lou, as to what the industry is doing from an inventory perspective, we not only take a look at days on market, but we also look at month supply. And right now we are still in a very low inventory, low month supply market. So even though the dollar volume has increased substantially over the past few years, our month supply is still only at 2.1. 2.1 month supply from that perspective, Lou, is only going to be in comparison to all the way back to June of 2020 did we have above that. So we have really stayed under that, and usually we're used to 4 to 6 months on average on month supply compared to where we are. And so some of the challenges that are out there are agents having issues finding inventory for homes for sale. We have an interest gridlock situation where many are in a under 6% interest rate in their current home, many of them in the 3 to 4% range. And with the current 30-year fixed rates over 6%, inventory has been a challenge. One thing that we provide to our brokers and agents within the Remind platform that I wanted everyone to see today is how do you farm a neighborhood without getting out of 100-degree Atlanta heat in your car and walking the neighborhood. So if we take a look at my neighborhood here in Alpharetta, I can click and Remind on this option called Sell Score, and I can easily see the sell score of each home within my neighborhood right now that is scored on a low, medium, and high basis. That's calculated to a lot of factors such as have there been notices of default filed? What is your equity balance on your home? Have you had kids graduate from high school and you may be downsizing from a larger home to a smaller home? And so a great way to farm a neighborhood to look for new potential listings as a listing agent is to use Remind and leverage the seller score, and it can tell you directly, don't go to the 194 homes and knock on all the doors. But as you can see on the screen in green, go knock on the green doors. Those are the ones that are most likely to sell based upon a variety of factors. So it's a great tool that we do have, Lou, within FMLS to help agents farm but stay inside the comfort of the air conditioning of their car when we're in 100-degree real fill temperature here in Atlanta right now in the middle of July and August timeframe. So I wanted to encourage everyone. One of the biggest questions we get today in customer support is, how do I find more listings? How do I find more leads? And this is one of the best tools available to just walk around neighborhoods looking at the parcel electronically through the comfort of your computer or your phone, and use the seller score feature that will tell you exactly who might be willing to sell their home based upon a lot of factors that are out there. And Lou, as we're seeing the trends nationwide, I wanted to touch on Selma Hepp is the PhD chief economist for CoreLogic, a very world-recognized economist at CoreLogic, and has talked about what we're looking to see for the market. The good news is Atlanta is being predicted to be around 5% appreciation into 2024, whereas right now we are seeing negative appreciation on the West Coast. But if you take a look at the South as well as in the Texas marketplace, her predictions and her economic statistics show that the South is what is gaining the most as far as appreciation. We see a lot of relocation from the West Coast into the South, a very healthy job market that we have. And she's predicting around a 4.5% increase in home appreciation for the South and 5% in the state of Georgia, which is very healthy for our economy and those home sellers that are out there. So take a look at some of her economic forecasting. Again, that's Dr. Selma Hepp with CoreLogic. She's published online a lot of her reports and keep those up to date. And so it's something that we do watch here at FMLS only to see how we can help our brokers and agents, because we're not in the economist business, Lou, and I'm definitely not an economist, but we definitely track the trends that are out there so we can provide you all the best products and services as we see the different changes in the trending that are out there. And she definitely had some really good statistics for you all, that mortgage rates are remaining elevated amid the inflation, and origination fell by 28% in 2023, but increased by 14% in 2024 is her prediction. So the huge drop in mortgage origination this year, she's predicting a 14% increase in mortgage origination next year. And the price pressures are still being driven by equity, demographics, and the starting job market. And we're in a situation where millennials, being one of your largest first-time home buyer demographic, is coming into its peak at the number of millennials looking for homes in a very strong demand on the buyer side. So just a few bullet points there from Dr. Selma Hepp that I wanted to pass along in today's show, Lou, before we talk about some other topics such as products, et cetera.
Just clarify one thing, Jeremy. Is that a 5% appreciation forecast for this year or year over year, or what is that exactly?
Hers is a 5% appreciation for 2024 for the Atlanta marketplace. And we're looking at about a 3.7% appreciation, Lou, for this year. We have actually seen this year's appreciation year to date for detached residential homes. The average sales price is up right now at about 2% and about 1% for attached. So I think we're year to date slightly behind the appreciation that she's looking to have through the year. But again, I think from a forecasting perspective, all depends on those mortgage rates, Lou, and the affordability factor, and as if we're going to see a little more decline of the 30-year fixed mortgage through the end of this year and more inventory that's available. But the reality is, in our market, demand is still extremely high with only 2 months supply of inventory, and a real struggle for our listing agents and listing brokers to find properties that sellers are willing to list right now. So I think we will get to around 3% by the end of this year, but I think 5%, 4 to 5% for the South is what she's predicting for 2024 for appreciation in the residential sales space.
That's really good. I mean, I think that a lot of people will be surprised to hear that forecast because with the the interest rate increase and everything, people have been a little concerned about whether or not that will continue, that kind of increase. So it's extremely good. And don't forget that you're leveraging that amount too with your mortgage. If you're putting 10% down or so, you're getting the benefit of 5% over the total value of the house, not just the amount you put down, which is extremely big, valuable element in real estate versus investing in the stock market, where you do not get that kind of leverage. But anyway, that's my little sales pitch. But the a lot of new platforms, Jeremy, and a lot of exciting value adds that you're bringing to the table. Could you, including artificial intelligence, why don't you bring us up to date on that?
Absolutely, Lou. Really, we know artificial intelligence has been a buzz in the news. There's been a buzz in governmental regulations, and then there's been a plethora of products and services just in general that has been using machine learning and artificial intelligence. And I'll say, Lou, at the same time, we have also seen a lot of positive efforts in accessibility. Websites that need to be ADA compliant, the ability to provide accessibility home searching for your buyers. And we're happy to announce here today, and we have not announced this as of yet, but we are expanding our product suite later this year in a couple of months. We have a brand new artificial intelligence platform called RESTB.ai that we're integrating with the other MLS products and services. And the first thing that we're doing, Lou, is taking a look at images. And as an agent uploads an image to their listing today with FMLS, they are prompted optionally to add in the type of image as well as a caption for that image. And the first release of the AI platform of RESB.ai is going to automatically read what's in the image and provide the agent the photo and room type, such as a living room or a kitchen or a dining room or a bedroom. And then the second thing it will do is actually look inside of the photo. And with AI technologies, it's able to gather features and provide a caption for the agent upon entry, which the agent can edit, but is going to save them a lot of time, so that it'll immediately see a photo and say, this is a kitchen with granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, and a chef's kitchen layout. That will automatically be added to the agent's listing with that AI technology. And what's great also about that, Lou, is that in the accessibility space for those with visual impairments, on websites, you have what's known as an alt tag for ADA compliance that will read to those with screen readers that have seen impairments what the tags are. So this provides the ability that we will go fill out all of the images with room types, room names, and room descriptions for the agents with this AI platform. And then that will automatically be distributed to FMLS's public website, which is having a facelift in a couple of months. And that's going to be live with a new version of our public website, but also all of the broker and agent websites that are required by ADA compliance to have those tags. It's going to populate those automatically for the brokers and agents to provide that level of accessibility. With also the RESB.ai platform, Lou, we're going to move it into generating property descriptions. So if you think of a home that has 60 photos loaded, the software can now automatically generate a draft property description by reading all of the features on the interior and exterior of the home and create that for the agent for them to edit in their uploading process to make it faster for them. And the last feature we'll be rolling out probably the beginning of next year is going to be image searching capability. So we live in a textual world in our search capability where we like to look at things from the number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, maybe a zip code and a price point. And in this new technology that will be integrated with the Matrix One Home application, Lou, what it will actually do is allow you to search by liked images. So if you pick some images of a home that you like, it will actually go through the MLS database and find other homes with similar images. So if you're looking for that kitchen, that's a chef's kitchen with stainless steel appliances and granite countertops, but you want a colonial style home with 2 trees in the front yard, it will go look at every other property listed for sale within FMLS and show you those properties based upon the imagery you've picked for ones that you like, giving consumers a different way to search, and they may find a home that they excluded from their search based upon some of those factual criteria like number of beds or number of baths or price point. And so that's something else we're rolling out to really leverage what we're doing with artificial intelligence. And if the viewers remember today, this is just an extension in AI and accessibility with the platform we just launched in April, which was the Finding Homes by Lundy.io for your Alexa devices. So everyone needs to keep in mind, you can now search FMLS for homes with your Alexa device or your Alexa app on your phone or your Droid, and do that via voice. And that app will use your voice to search for properties and then describe them back to you in the voice manner, and even describe for you what's in the images. And that will only get better as we add in more thorough image tagging into the MLS that Finding Homes by Lundy will also use in those voice searches and property description searches. So we're very much elevating new technology available to brokers and agents to help them not just find inventory like Remine, but help them and their consumers connect with properties they're interested in, and also make their lives more efficient by automatically uploading a lot of details for them so they don't have to manually type all those things out. So we're very excited about this new platform that's coming about with RESB.ai and expanding on accessibility and AI technology we're providing out to our brokers and agents, Lou.
Jeremy, it's getting pretty high tech around here. What and are the what is the status on the classes at the FMLS anyway? We're back to normal times with classroom instruction, or what? What's the story on that?
Well, Lou, we keep our classes up to date with all the new technology. They are CE accredited and now in multiple states. So our institute is formally accredited in Tennessee, South Carolina, Alabama, and Tennessee. And we're working through all our class libraries. All the class libraries are fully certified in Georgia and Alabama, and we're working through each class to have it certified in Tennessee and South Carolina, and we're expanding upon that. While we do know that we offer in-person classes, as we did pre-COVID, they're not highly attended right now. Our agents have become accustomed to Zoom and self-paced. So we have increased the number of attendees in our online self-paced platform by Trackstar, as well as our live Zoom classes that we have. So we still offer classes at our 3 locations in Sandy Springs, Kennesaw, and Duluth. And we do offer custom classes and CE classes at our brokerage offices for our customers. If they're looking to have one with a minimum of 10 attendees, we will go to the brokerage office. But we see a high volume in traffic still to this day via Zoom or self-paced learning with our CE accredited offerings.
I recently applied for a license in Tennessee, and the class, you have to have a certain amount of credits in Tennessee to maintain your license. Are these, when you were talking about that earlier, does that mean that we can get credit in Atlanta for our Tennessee license and South Carolina, et cetera, as well? Is it, or explain that if you would? Didn't understand.
Well, if you will, Lou, just as today you can sit for a single class, and as long as that class has been certified in each of the 4 states, you could technically get CE credit in all 4 states at the same time during the same 3-hour class.
Oh,
so we
wow.
have that today for all of our library in Alabama and in Georgia, and we're expanding our classroom library of CE for all of Tennessee and all of South Carolina. So yes, you will be able to get your CE accredited training for Tennessee and South Carolina, just as you do in Georgia and Alabama today with our FMLS Institute.
Very exciting news, because my goal is to be into the license in Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia. So you can take a 6-hour credit and get 24. 6 times 4 is 24 hours of credit.
Exactly, Lou. Exactly. It's another way we're just expanding the benefits that we provide, because we know our agents do business in multiple states. And as we're talking about inventory challenges, some of their buyers are willing to go to bordering states to look for properties as opposed to in Georgia. And we want to help our agents be licensed in those states in the way that they are in Georgia.
Especially true in the commercial world, too, because for investment property, more and more investors are looking elsewhere outside of the States. If you are an agent here and you're a commercial agent and you do specialize or focus on investment property, you might want to look into that. That's a great value. What are some of the other partnerships that are ahead?
Well, as far as products releases, we have a couple of other big ones coming up in addition to RESB.ai. First, we haven't announced yet to the community, but we will be soon. We have just inked a deal with the Real Estate News, which is a publication by T360, hyper-focused on the real estate industry, reporting factual news that is fact-checked, no negative articles, because they want to be positive and report the stories that are out there. And we are going to provide a subscription that is going to be exclusive. If you're in the state of Georgia, you have to be an FMLS broker or agent to get it provided to you by the MLS. If you're in Alabama, one of our partner MLSs, such as Gulf Coast MLS and Mobile, will have it as well. So we are going to be paying for the subscription for all of our brokers and agents to the Real Estate News. And that's going to be launched here just in a couple of months. So everyone will have open access to the entire Real Estate News and all other content, which again is by T360. So we're very excited about that. We're very excited to provide our brokers and agents current news and trends in the industry and provide a member benefit for them. Another thing that we're launching, Lou, is we have our showing time platform for scheduling showings as well as offer management. In the upcoming months, they are releasing what they call their next generation software. This has the latest enhancements. This is a major upgrade. It's been fundamentally redesigned. It's been re-engineered. It's got some great features. There's a new smart routing application to help you with driving directions from property to property as you're mapping out your showings for your buyers. And there's an offline mode, Lou, as you know, in some of our areas in Georgia and the mountains. There's no cell service. It will now sync with the MLS and allow you to run offline without a cell service while it's doing your showing appointments and your smart routing. It will have multilingual support. So there'll be multiple languages supported in the showing time application. And it's going to have a new interface that will allow you to choose from light or dark mode for the screens. It will have a multiple calendar view option. And then, as you all saw me show some of the InfoSpark statistics, we're going to have an enhancement in branding and layouts and in the areas that we have in our statistical package of InfoSparks and Fast Stats, which is also provided by Showing Time. So those are two more big releases that are coming about in the next couple of months. The Real Estate News, that'll be a member benefit for everyone, and the Showing Time Next Generation update, which will be a major upgrade enhancement. All of these are at no cost to our brokers and agents, Lou. This is all provided as a member benefit.
So with the Miami, for example, the multiple listing service, we have access to their listings. They have access to our listings. How is that?
Absolutely, Lou. We're very excited about that. That is now live. Within Matrix, you can jump right into the Miami MLS. Miami agents can jump right into FMLS. And now you, as an FMLS broker and agent, have full listing exposure to Miami's over 50,000 real estate professionals. They are the fifth largest MLS in the nation. So we're now providing our brokers and agents the ability to refer business back and forth to Miami and find leads, lead generation, inventory, second homes. We're very excited. It was launched in July, on July the 11th. It was launched, I believe, Lou, from that perspective, and it is now available. This is part of us expanding the data and the referral opportunities and the listing exposure that our brokers and agents have exclusively with other MLSs. And Miami is just the newest addition. Earlier this year, as you noted, Lou, we launched Chattanooga. Chattanooga's data is available right within FMLS. And not only that, you can actually take your FMLS lockbox key, Lou, drive up to Chattanooga and show properties without hassle, without additional fees, and without needing another lockbox key. So you can find a listing in Chattanooga right in FMLS. And if you're licensed in the state of Tennessee and it is a Tennessee listing, you can go up there and show that property directly without having to be a member of the Chattanooga MLS. And then all of your Atlanta listings are exposed, and all of your Georgia listings that are in FMLS are now exposed in the Chattanooga MLS to all of their 3,000 brokers and agents that are real estate professionals that are looking for a lot of opportunity of inventory between marketplaces. So we've added in Miami, we've added in Atlanta. And on top of that, Lou, in September, we're launching the East Alabama Board of Realtors in MLS. So we have a new data share that will be launched in September. We've done the press release on that. We're doing the data integration. And for those of you that are not aware, East Alabama Board of Realtors is in Phoenix City, which is right on the border of Georgia and Alabama. Columbus, Georgia is the Georgia city that it borders up against and has listings for the Columbus, Georgia area, the Phoenix City area. It's really only a couple hours away from our marketplace. Some of our agents are probably an hour and a half from there looking at inventory in alternative areas. We're going to have the ability then to have a full data share with East Alabama as our latest MLS partnership that's going live, Lou. So another value add exclusive opportunity from FMLS for our brokers and agents to find more listings and more leads for their listings through our partnership that goes live with the Phoenix City, East Alabama Board of Realtors and MLS. And on top of that, Lou, what we've started to become is a data hub for multiple MLSs. Just this month, we launched the ability for Mobile, Alabama's MLS, which is Gulf Coast, to share data with Stellar MLS, the largest MLS in the nation. And we did that at no cost because we share with both entities. And we've now become a data hub. So all of Gulf Coast MLS's brokers and agents get exposure to Stellar MLS's brokers and agents and vice versa through FMLS as we truly become the MLS data hub for the South and allow other markets to do the same level of referral and enlisting exposure opportunity and access to more data that we're doing here with those partner MLSs. We're very excited about it. It was just launched in July, and we want to keep expanding our partnerships. And if there are other MLSs that are like-minded that want to provide these leads and referral opportunities and listing exposures to their brokers and agents, then we would love to speak with them and get them added to our partnership and data share program, Lou. It's been very successful over the years. It's helping our agents get more business from other markets, and it's helping them get more listing exposure on their listings. And we're going to continue to build that out into 2024 with many more MLSs to come.
I've been trying to keep up with you here, Jeremy, by adding up the number of real estate professionals you've been adding, and you started out with 57,000 as far as I could calculate, and I'm not a math major, but it's got to be up to over 200,000. So
it is, absolutely. So we're happy to say today, right now, a listing in FMLS is exposed in its full data capacity to over 200,000 real estate professionals that are licensed and members of MLSs in the South. And that's an exposure you can't get from any other MLS in the nation, and it's going to keep growing as well. So we provide the largest real estate MLS to MLS listing exposure network now, essentially in the nation, with multiple MLSs, multiple markets. And we are adding in others from the West Coast, which have yet to be announced, Lou, but we have more West Coast partnerships that are going to be announced soon this fall that we'll be integrating next. And we're going to take the 200,000 number, and we're hoping to push it to 300,000 or beyond by the end of this year, Lou.
So you started out with 57,000 as the fourth largest multiple listing service in the nation, and now we're the largest. Now we are number one, the largest multiple listing service really in the nation, considering all of these.
From a listing exposure by the end of the year, absolutely. From that perspective, each MLS has its own membership with its local brokers and agents. But from an exposure perspective, absolutely, MLS to MLS, it's the largest network built in the nation, with partnering MLSs that want to work together for the benefits of you, our brokers and agents that are out there. So we're very excited about it. And I'm glad you can do some quick math over there, Lou. It's big numbers.
Thank God for a calculator. If I didn't have a calculator, I'd be out of luck. But anyway, so tell us a little bit about the trade show this year. It's going to be a little different from in the past.
Absolutely. So I know we're getting into August, and many of our local brokers and agents are used to attended the Showcase Trade Expo and conference that we've hosted for many years, for decades, in conjunction with the Atlanta Realtors Association, Lou. And from that perspective, we felt like it needed a little bit of a shakeup, Lou. And so what we've done is this year we're calling it Showcase 2.0. We're extremely excited about this. There will be no trade show expo. So this will be a very luxury level event with top-notch speakers. We are moving the event. It's always been held at the Cobb Galleria. It is now going to be held at the new Coca-Cola Roxy that's at the Battery. For those of you who aren't familiar, that's where the Atlanta Braves Truist Park is and the Battery Shopping Center. So it'll give our attendees direct access to the Battery. We're going to have speakers from 1 to 4 and then an open hosted reception from 4 to 6. We're really excited about it, Lou. It is actually tracking and registration much faster than our showcases of the past. People are very excited to hear that we're not doing a trade expo and we're focusing on a much higher level of speakers and content, Lou. And we're very excited. It is free this year. So historically, we've charged a ticket admission fee of $10. This year, it is free. There will be no cost to the brokers and agents to attend. So we really want everyone to get registered because we will plan on selling this out. And Lou, if we're talking about the speakers, I'm very excited with our lineup. We have Melissa Proctor. She's the Chief Marketing Officer for the Atlanta Hawks. She will be on stage at Showcase 2.0. We have Dominic Prevance. He's from the Federal Reserve Bank right here in Atlanta. He's going to be one of our speakers. And many of you are familiar with Georgia O'Donoghue, Vice President of Business Operations for Atlanta United. They will be on stage with us. Eric Zier. Eric Zier is a former All-American 4-year starting quarterback for UGA. He was also a Heisman Trophy finalist in his time at UGA, and he is the National Sales Director for Homeowners Financial Group and a national speaker, is going to be providing us market economy statistics and what's going on. And then we have an industry-leading journalist, Maria Saporta, is also going to be with us. Those are just a few names of the speakers we have for Showcase 2.0, really elevating the experience we give to our members between FMLS and the Atlanta Realtor Association. That's going to be again on August 24th at the Coca-Cola Roxy, which is located at the Battery. Again, that will be free. We are going to have additional speakers there that haven't been announced yet, but I wanted to make sure that everyone heard. Please register quickly. We are on track at 80% capacity already with registration, Lou, and we're not even into August. So we want to encourage everyone out there to get registered as soon as they can, because we're going to fill the place up and have a great time, Lou. It's going to be great. It's going to be new, refreshing, different, and something everyone will enjoy. And we're even going to have a 50-50 raffle to raise money for charity this year as well. So all proceeds for the raffle will go to charity in a 50-50 raffle that we'll be hosting during the event. So I think it'll be a great event, Lou, and I hope you're planning on being there, Lou.
I'll definitely be there for sure. And the other thing, one of the things I'm looking forward to, especially, is that reception hour with the hors d'oeuvres and cash bar. Tell us a little bit about that, if you would amplify on that, and how that could be a very good way to network with other agents.
Absolutely, Lou. It's a 2-hour hosted reception. We're providing the hors d'oeuvres, and cash bars will be available. But it will be a big community networking event for brokers and agents to network with each other after the speaking sessions. The Atlanta Realtor Association community partners, such as FMLS, will be there during the reception as well. So all of the community partners will be there during the reception, so you can network with those community partners as well as each other, Lou. So we look forward to this being a much larger networking event than we've had at the past in previous showcases, where we've not had a hosted type of reception before in the manner of which this one is. And so taking away the trade expo and focusing on broker and agent needs, highest level speakers, and the ability to network with each other, Lou, and it will be a great event. We're very excited about it.
And I might add, too, that it is also presented in partnership with the Atlanta Realtors Association So they
Yep.
will be endorsing it and promoting it as well.
Absolutely. It's still the jointly hosted event we've been doing for decades with Atlanta Realtors Association. The great aspect of it is we're just upgrading it to what the brokers and agents have given us feedback that they'd like to see this year.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, Jeremy, and it's really exciting to see all the high tech that you brought. I know your background is technology, and boy, it sure is showing in all the changes and improvements, et cetera, we've had since you've been here for what now? Has it been 2.5 years, 3 years? What? How long has it been? When did you?
4.5 years.
4.5. Okay, well, time flies. Time does get away from us for sure, and as you get older, it's even more so. Believe me.
Yeah, 4.5 years, but time flies by when you keep focused on providing brokers and agents products, data, services, training, and support, and that's what we're here to do, Lou.
Well, thank you very much, Jeremy, for being on the show and for all you do to keep us state of the art in terms of technology and every other way in helping agents and our clients. And by the way, this show will be on my Facebook page, Lewis Wieland, and it will be on the FMLS website as well, if you'd like to listen again, and particularly about the artificial intelligence and REST-B.al, if you want to hear about that. That's extremely exciting, and I know that everybody is going to really want to know as much as they can about that. So thank you very much, Jeremy. And we will also be sending this show out to all the agents. And if you're an agent, if you're not on my mailing list, you can send me an email, Lou at louwieland.com, and I will be happy to send you a tape of this broadcast. So thank you, Jeremy, and thank you for listening, and have a nice day.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you, everyone.